putting, there's 3 areas. There's line, there's pace, and there's green reading. Tick all of those 3 boxes and you might just get this ball in the hole. So first of all, we're going to do line. I like to work on start line, a little gate in the green here. So what we're going to try and do is hit some putts through that gate, and quite quickly you will start learning what your tendency is. So that one went straight in the middle of them. That one just went through, hit that, maybe just brush that tee peg on the right. So what you can do with these gates is make them as wide or as narrow as you can, and that's going to really help with what your face is doing at impact. Is it opening or is it closing? The second area is pace, which can be defined by the length of swing, but also the strike, and this is what I'm going to look at today. Now I've put these elastic bands over the face to highlight the middle of the putter. Now it may sound daft, but it's really hard to strike it in the middle, and that affects the distance so greatly, which will prove now. And as we set the club down, you'll be able to hear, and you'll definitely be able to see by the feedback, if I've hit the elastic bands or not. Now you heard that, that was a normal putt, that got the pace as well. Let's try and hit one out of the elastic band, and we'll be able to see and feel the difference. Doesn't go anywhere, it's like cushioning the blow. Now you can make these elastic bands as wide or as narrow as you like. Obviously the narrower they get, the harder it gets. Now that was a really nicely struck putt. Now I put that tee about 9 inches behind the hole because that's the pace that I like my ball to travel at, always getting to the hole. I can't tell you how much this is going to improve your pace. There you go. Oh, what happened there? This is a game changer. Reading the greens. How long is the putt? That's the first thing you've got to look at. Now I've just paced this out, it's 27 yards. Now you won't notice many of us pace, but we do on tour. It's great because if I've had a 27 feet putt on the first hole, I've one on the 10th, I can be more relatable. Second, which way does the putt go? Is it left to right or is it right to left? How do I decide that? Well, the low point of the green, as you can see, there's a puddle over there, so there's a slope. But also you can find it out by just walking around. Walk between the ball and the hole and think, yeah, this side of this putt is lower than that side. So this is a left to right putt. Also, if I walk down the slope, well, I've already said it, down the slope, this is how I can work out if it's uphill or downhill. So I stand behind the hole, that ball is above me, I am lower than it. So we have now got a downhill, left to right, 27 feet putt. So right there is how you read a putt. Now you have to pick the exact line that you want to do, which we'll go for now. So we've done the hard part of the putt. Now it's that intricacy. Can we get it bang on? Can we get that line bang on? Now I break the putt down. This is 27 feet, so maybe into 2 parts. This part here, getting to the apex, the most severely breaking part of the putt, and then this is the second part. I'm looking at that hole now a bit like a clock. So if this is 12 o'clock and this is 6 o'clock, I'm looking at bringing that ball in at about 8 o'clock, making the hole bigger. So now the aim, where am I aiming? So I've picked a twig, possibly 2 to 3 feet short and left of this hole. That is what I'm aiming at, and that is what I'm going to commit to aiming at. Don't get distracted by the hole here. This is a left to right putt. So we want to be going at the little twigs. It's not a bad effort, just a bit harder. I hope that's helped you with a few tips for reading greens. So those 3 areas, line, pace and reading greens, you need to work hard on all 3 of those, but I tell you what, if you keep improving them and you're ticking all 3 boxes, you are definitely going to hold more putts.